Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the yellow golden Frieza, who obviously recently got added in with the Legends Festival 2023. So Legends Golden Frieza, or the yellow Legends Golden Frieza, looks pretty interesting. I think he's quite good. I do think he's a little bit more nuance to use than some of the other units, but we'll take a look at that and kind of discuss that. Let's start with his abilities. I think overall pretty standard stuff. Anti-armor on his blast attack, so 150% to blast damage, which I think is necessary for ranged units pretty much nowadays. His special move deals pierce damage, applies the following effects: plus 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts, plus 20% to ultimate damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. So hitting his special move before hitting his ultimate skill is pretty good. Applies the following effects to enemy on hit: randomly destroys 2 cards, inflicts heavy bleed. Both of these are very good. Then we have the special skill or golden pose, so draw the ultimate arts card Laser Net Death Beam next. Restores his own health by 15%, ki by 50, 20% to damage inflicted, 10% to ultimate damage inflicted, minus 10 to own special arts moves cast, which can activate twice. The laser death beam itself deals massive impact damage, which is very good. Has a 100% chance to inflict paralysis, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrades, reducing their damage output, their card art speed, their card cost, their substitution count. The thing is firstly, it does a lot of damage. Like if you do your special move first and then do your ultimate attack, you do a lot of damage. Okay, like a lot of damage. Next, or like conversely as well, it does a lot of debuffs. I mean, you got paralysis, you've got decreasing to the special move damage, the ultimate damage, the awakened arts damage. You've got, increase or decrease to their draw speed. You've got increase to their arts cost. You've got increase to their substitution count. It's just a lot. It's like a lot of damage. So he's got Universe Rep and Lineage Evil as his, kind of the ability, and then an extra 15% for Universe Rep, which is pretty good. And then, when we look at his passives, he's got some interesting abilities there. Omen of Betrayal, which is his first passive, kind of gives him plus 90% to damage inflicted, standard 70% damage reduction, 60 to 70%, 60% to key recovery, minus 10 to blast arts cost. When he enters the battlefield, he draws a blast card, restores key, plus 60% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, plus 40% to next blast arts damage inflicted, which is good, plus 10% to ultimate damage inflicted, which is good. And then when he lands a strike or blast arts key hit, he restores key by 20 once, which is fine. Activation count resets. He gets nullification of enemy special actions when changing cover. Can activate once. These all reset after he switches back in. Plus 30% to blast damage inflicted, plus 10% to ultimate damage inflicted. And yeah, basically it's really good. He's also got a cover change, so he'll knock enemies back to long range if he performs a cover change against his strike arts, and he then, when changing cover, reduces the enemy's Dragon Balls, inflicts him with another downgrade to speed, another downgrade to their blast arts power, and if they perform a vanishing step while he's on the field, he gets increased to his ultimate damage, nullifies unfavorable element factors, and reduces enemy key, which is good because if they manage to catch you out with a vanish step, maybe you don't have something to counter, then he does gain a little bit of tankiness, basically, which is pretty good. And yeah, if he's below 50%, he draws a special arts card next. He restores his own health, his allies' health, plus 30% to damage by allies. Ally substitution count shortened, reduces the enemy's key, destroys all of your enemies' cards, inflicts all enemies with no switching, and seals all enemies' main abilities. Now the thing is here, he needs to be 50% or below when hit by the enemy's arts attack while he's on the battlefield. So if he is like one shot or like eliminated while above the 50% threshold, then it doesn't proc. So it is something to be aware of. I think overall Frieza's pretty good. I think like whereas Gotenks felt a bit like just a disrupting force, Frieza feels like if you play him right and build him right, you can do some pretty big damage with him. His moves do some good damage. He does some very solid damage. I mean, yeah, you're going to see him do some really good damage. He can do really good damage. It's like one thing I will say that at least for him, I find to be far more productive or better is just overall his damage output. His damage output feels a far stronger, consistent level than Gotenks. Gotenks felt like sometimes just not really. I know he's not necessarily a damage dealer, but nowadays you kind of have to have some mechanism to do damage. Gotenks felt very tanky, very good at disrupting, but it didn't feel like he was excellent at doing damage. So yeah, I feel like Frieza's definitely got that. I also think the presentation, like, and what I mean by that is, sorry, more so the utility that he brings is pretty good. He does have healing, he's got paralysis, he reduces enemy speed, he can also increase their card costs. Like I said, his ultimate ability does a lot. Like increase substitution count, increase card cost. Like it does a lot. So when you do manage to hit someone, if they even do survive, which as you saw, he can do some good damage, they take a lot of damage. Like they take a lot. And so it's definitely something to consider. I think also Universal Survival Saga is always a category that's going to be buffed. Yellow is traditionally a pretty solid kind of slot. I think you've got Master Roshi who's competing with there, which is okay. I think they offer different things. Master Roshi is a bit more gimmicky, but they do offer different things. I think Blast is also very prevalent. On the Universal Survival Saga team, you've got Green Legends Limited Goku, you've got Purple UI Goku, you've got Android 17, you've got Master Roshi, you've got plenty of Blast orientated kind of highlighted units. So I think his kind of team build is, he meshes well. Z ability wise, lots of range cards, lots of ultimate cards, lots of good abilities like that. He meshes well. He's going to be a good unit. He does require a bit more finesse to play. He can be caught out. So at least with my build, my equipment that I'm using, which I am definitely prioritizing damage. I don't have a lot of health equips, although those do help. But I do feel like there are times where he can get caught out and he can be not so tanky, especially if you don't get the element type nullification from someone vanish stepping you or something. Then I feel like he can definitely take a bit more damage probably than you want him to. Not that he's objectively terrible or anything, but he definitely can take more damage than you probably would like, just as a heads up. Overall, I think he's pretty good. I like him. I think he definitely offers something different to Gotenks. Does he offer something that the Universal Survival Saga team needs? I think so, I want to say. I think he does. I think the Universal Survival Saga team is great, especially with Android 17, Goku and Frieza. I think he's good. Currently in the meta, there's not super prevalent purples though, which does make me raise a couple of questions. I don't think there's any wild purples, but yeah, we'll have to see how that comes across. But that's going to be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care and stay safe, and bye.